Hi, I'm Meeta Shetty, Fund Manager for Tata Digital India Fund and Tata India Pharma and Healthcare Fund. Let's discuss about both the funds as well as the sector in terms of how has the last year been and what does the next 3 to 4 years have in store. The BSE IT index has outperformed the overall markets and delivered around 90% return over the past 1 year. And our fund has managed to beat the benchmark. We were able to do so with a healthy mix of steady compounders and the alpha generating opportunities like high growth and low valued stocks. If one looks at the index, it's currently trading at an all time high level. And even on the valuations, it is trading higher than its long term average. But if one looks at the relative valuation versus the overall markets, the sector is in line with the overall markets and not trading at any premium like it has in the past. This gives us some comfort on the valuation despite the run up. In terms of outlook, if I have to look at the demand for the IT services, it is stronger than the pre COVID times, and there is a good visibility for the next couple of years. This is driven by the change we are seeing across industries where today all companies want to go digital and are spending heavily on cloud migration, digital transformation, analytics, and cybersecurity. It is also visible in the deal flows that we are seeing for the Indian IT companies. This demand wave should lead to a good growth over the next couple of years. On the supply side, though, there are some near term concerns as the need for skilled employees has risen multifold. This might lead to higher attrition or higher payout to the employees. But with higher offshoring and the operating leverage from strong revenue growth, companies should be able to offset the impact to a large extent over the medium term. Tata Digital India Fund gives investors an opportunity to participate in the strong demand wave we are seeing for the sector. As our fund invests in Indian as well as global securities, this fund captures the overall IT wave diverse investments. Our advice to investors will be to have a minimum investment horizon of around 2 to 3 years and invest in the fund through a SIP route. The Nifty Pharma Index has delivered around 39% return over the past year, and our fund has managed to beat the benchmark. We have been able to do so with both a top-down approach with our skew towards the healthcare sector, as well as bottom-up approach wherein we picked certain alpha generating opportunities. If one looks at the valuation, the index is currently at an all-time high level, and even the valuations are higher than its long-term average. But the relative valuation versus the overall markets does give some comfort as the sector is not trading at higher premiums like it has in the past. The sector is witnessing a steady improvement on the balance sheet as well as the cash flows. This is driven by continuing growth in the domestic market, trend reversal in the declining US sales, cost control measures, and efficient capital allocation. The pandemic also adds some near-term lever for growth. In terms of outlook, it is steady for both domestic and the US market. The domestic market is likely to see higher healthcare penetration, increased awareness, and a better lifestyle management. On the domestic front too, we see improving visibility on complex launches for certain set of companies. This should lead to better financials, cash flows, and higher return ratios for the sector. Apart from core pharma and healthcare sector, there are also tailwinds in the API segment driven by China plus one strategy as well as the focus of Indian government for local manufacturing. This can provide a multi-year growth opportunity for the segment. Tata India Pharma and Healthcare Fund gives investors an opportunity to participate in the healthcare story. Our advice to investors will be to have at least a 2 to 3 year investment horizon and invest in the fund via an SIP route. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.